NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Tonight, the Brooklyn Nets taking on the Houston Rockets. The Nets able to control the tip. We're underway in Brooklyn. Beasley to Durant. Jay Williams, kid from Jersey, rooted for the Nets growing up. And where do you live now? Brooklyn.
Of course, I'm following my favorite team, and these comments are probably going to sound biased because they are. But Brooklyn is a completely different place. Only 5 minutes outside Manhattan. It almost feels like a suburb of the city. And the fact that it's culturally relevant, it just feels like Brooklyn is the new place to be.
Gordon with it. Down 2 to Cousins. Wall to Harden. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
And so much of the shot is before the shot even occurs. As a defense, make him do things he's uncomfortable with. Stay up on him, make him catch the ball outside of his comfort zone.
Wall. To Harden. Rockets with 4 to shoot. James Harden fires for 2. Off the mark.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Irving. His first effort off the mark.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Gordon, tough matchup against Durant. Trying to cash in, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
Kyrie across the timeline. He'll run the offense. Here comes the screen. Durant, defended by Tucker. To Irving. Shot clock winding down. Kyrie Irving lines it up for 2. Wall with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Here comes the screen. Tough make through traffic.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Kevin Durant has it. To Beasley. Defense making the ball handler work. Short jumper won't fall.
You see, Ed, this is what the refs need to start calling. The defender hit the shooter right around the waist, which made him lunge into his shot and took away all of his concentration for it.
Ah, rocking the rim.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are 2 different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
The screen sets him up for 2.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Beasley to Durant. Screen coming. Durant sizing up Eric Gordon. Has a look. Just off the mark. Houston takes over. Flushes it home.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Surveys the floor. Durant with the basketball up top. Trailing by 4. Irving. Down low Durant. Stuffs it down with authority. Kevin Durant Dynamic once again.
And giving it to you any way you want it. On the block, from the perimeter, mouse in the house, whatever the scenario is, Kevin Durant has an answer.
Nothing going here on that drive. Wall to Harden. Beyond the arc for three. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Kevin Durant looking good, 4 for 5.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
To P.J. Tucker. Gordon against KD. To Wall. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Dinwiddie against the former #1 pick. To Durant. To Beasley. Knocked loose. Shot clock violation. Wall. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Eric Gordon finished second in the Sixth Man of the Year voting after winning the previous year. But what's even more astonishing is watching his development at his time in Houston. In New Orleans, often it looked like he was lost. But there's no doubt about it. In H-Town last year, he found a second life.
Gordon with it. The score 12-8. Drive here, but the shot stays out. To Durant. Here comes the screen. Kevin Durant. He's now 5 for 6.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2" guard. Scary.
Into the front court. It's Wall. It's 12-10. Nothing going here on that drive. To Cousins. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
That's how you do it. You stay in his pocket and you never give him any space at all. You make him smell you every single possession.
Nothing going here on that drive. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. Gordon with it. 2-point advantage. Caris LeVert able to recover with the block. It's Brooklyn's ball. To Durant. Probing the defense. Durant. Brooklyn with 4 to shoot. Here's Durant for 2. Gets a look. Can't hit. Wall across the timeline. Lead is 2. Nothing going here on that drive. Wall to P.J. Tucker. Going to launch beyond the arc.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. And he connects on the first free throw. Second and 3 is good.
For the Rockets, number 5, Tyson Chandler.
No good. Made the first two, missed the last. Irving into the front court. 14-10 the score. To Durant. Here comes the screen. Irving to Durant. Fine to shoot. Here's Durant for 2. Add 2 points to the board.
That was a tough shot. The guy was in your pocket. He even contested the shot. Everything was going according to plan until then.
Wall to P.J. Tucker. Wall to P.J. Tucker. Here comes the screen. Has a chance. Tucker with a shot that won't go. Irving with the basketball. It's 14-12. Beasley to Durant. Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. Durant. Now a steal as the Rockets have it. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
John Wall at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 78% at the line. Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. The lead is up to 5. KD with the rock. To Irving. For Durant, down low. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket. Have we ever seen anyone like KD?
Easy answer. No, he's the greatest offensive threat we've ever seen in the game. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's doing things that Russell Westbrook does with the ball. We've never seen it before.
Nothing going here on that drive. Down the lane, but the shot won't fall.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Allen Crabbe here against Green. Durant. Tough shot. Well defended.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Wall against KD. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Wall. Not done yet. To the outside. Tucker to Wall. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Wall.
To number 31, Jarrett Allen. That's his first personal.
John Wall. He's going to get 3 shots here. Hasn't missed yet. First one goes down. And he hits the second.
For the Brooklyn Nets, number 8, Spencer Dinwiddie.
for three. Nice.
1 minute remaining in
Dinwiddie with the basketball. Exactly a minute to go here in the opening quarter. To Allen Crabbe. Shot clock winding down. Here's a chance from long range. It's no good. Shot's not going down. Tucker to Gerald Green. Lets it fly from long range. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
To Allen Crabbe. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Oh, don't see the read. Be the read.
Houston with the basketball. That misses with a second to go. Time expires on this period. The Rockets with the lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Into the front court comes Wall. His team up by 7. To Gerald Green. The drive right to the basket. There it is, John Wall. 4 out of 7.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
To Allen Crabbe. Jay, 28 wins a year ago for the Nets, but a couple of individuals, they shined in their playing time.
8 wins better than the year before. And think about Jared Allen for this team. He is a new age 5, has the versatility and the speed to run the court. And then you think about a guy like Spencer Dinwiddie, who actually got drafted in the 2nd round and actually gambled on himself, had a horrific knee injury. To see the kind of minutes due to the injuries that he played and the level that he played at, Ed, this team is on their way.
There it is, John Wall. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas, or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Allen Crabbe up against John Wall. Fires the 3. That's what they brought him in for. Allen Crabbe hits the 3.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
Defense, let's go.
Wall to Gerald Green. Driving right to the basket. A pass stolen by the Nets. To Dinwiddie. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles in and out. Rockets in control of the basketball. John Wall goes to work. Brooklyn secures the rebound. Dinwiddie into the front court. Margins 8. Prince against the great shot blocker Chandler. To Allen Crabbe. From long range. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Green with the basketball. His team on top by 8. A drive, but he can't get it to go.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
Wall into the front court. Up 6. To Gerald Green. Wall to Gerald Green. Wall can't connect. It's no good. Brooklyn with the basketball. To Allen Crabbe. From the outside, no good.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Now the Nets going to take a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Dinwiddie up against John Wall. To Jordan. Tyson Chandler sends it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
It's Wall. That's rebounded by the Nets. Dinwiddie with the basketball. Down 8. Now to Jordan, down low. DeAndre Jordan, look out.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Harden in possession. Looking to make something happen. Tucker to Wall. The rebound cleared by the Nets. Short jumper off the mark. Harden with it up top. Up by 6. And a throwdown. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
A pass taken away by the Rockets. To Harden. Wall to Harden. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line. John Wall at the line for 2 shots. He's perfect from the line so far. First one, count it.
Into the game for the Rockets, number 30, DeMarcus Cousins.
Two for 2 on that trip. Here's Irving into the front court, trailing by 10. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. No good. That's great defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Irving brings the ball up court. Down low to Jordan. And he's going to the line to shoot.
That's actually not a bad move at all. You're applying more pressure on him by sending him to the line.
DeAndre Jordan at the line. down the first.
For the Nets, number 22, Karis LeVert.
Able to convert on both free throws. Harden in possession. It's an 8-point lead. To Wall. Shot for James Harden. Deep two there. Won't go. Another shot stays out. Durant across the timeline. He'll run the offense. Couple of cracks at the line now.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Spencer Dinwiddie, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 79% at the line. First free throw is good.
Number 17, PJ Tucker. And number 12.
So he hits the first, misses the second. And now Houston has the basketball. Cousins. Here comes the screen. Harden. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Harden steps out and hits.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
Durant with the basketball up top. They find themselves down 10. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Turns and slams it down. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Cousins. To Harden. Won't go. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it. 6'11", 270. That's a massive man. You can make a case there's nobody like him.
There isn't anybody like him in the NBA. He is an absolute bully on the block. Can burrow his way through traffic, make it easy, and also possesses that sweet shooting touch from the outside.
Finishing inside the paint on that one. How do you neutralize a threat like Kevin Durant?
Well, that weak side defender constantly has to shade Kevin Durant, and that primary defender, you have to funnel KD into help every single possession, contest shots, and hope that you can deter his vision and that he misses.
To Harden. For 3. That no good. Off the mark. To Jordan. Beasley. Stuffs it down with authority.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Harden to PJ Tucker. Down low to Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Old school equals high percentage.
Durant. And he buries it.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. To Jordan, down low.
2 minutes remaining.
Can't connect. Cousins to Harden. DeAndre Jordan, huge block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Beasley to Dinwiddie. Kevin Durant lets it go. Knocks it down off the step back.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. New blood coming in for both sides.
For the Houston Rockets, number 5, Tyson Chandler. Into the game for the Nets, number 11, Kyrie Irving.
No good. Durant to Jordan.
1 minute remaining in the...
Now a steal as the Rockets have it. Tucker, defended by Kevin Durant. Keeps the ball in bounds. That's what you want to see. Kevin Durant tips it. DeAndre Jordan with the block. That's his 3rd block this evening.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Durant across the timeline. 4 points to differential as we come up on halftime.
The assist from number 35, Kevin Durant.
Harden. Down to 5 on the 24. Trying to cash in. Gordon shot. No good.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
20-footer at the buzzer. It's good at the buzzer. Nice finish and more cash in the bank as we hit the break. That'll do it for the first half with the Rockets in front.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Rockets will start the second half with a narrow lead, and these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. These are the guys getting buckets for the Houston Rockets. These are the guys getting buckets for the Brooklyn Nets.
Game trap. Bench points.
The NBA season is long, and these days, starters take rest days. And that's why it's so important to have bench players that can be productive like we're seeing here today.
Player of the half.
John Wall was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half. And I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Wall with it up top. Leads 4. Shot from the lane won't go.
When I saw this team come out and warm up, everybody looked focused. They looked into the game before the game even started. I saw a completely different team at halftime. Guys were coasting around. Guys were talking to girls in the stands. Guys were playing around with the ball boys. They weren't focused, and it's showing up right now in the second half.
Into the front court, it's Wall. His guys lead here, early stages, third quarter. And the reward, he's going to the line.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
And hits the first free throw. And he makes them both. Kyrie with the rock. To Durant. Takes stock of the floor. Durant. Nice pass to set things up. And he throws it down. Power play by DeAndre Jordan. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Tucker. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Irving to Jordan. Oh, emphatic slam.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Hart with the basketball. They lead it. 4-point game. Pass to Cousins down low. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
To Durant. Cruises inside for 2. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles.
NBA Season 8 2021 matchups coming up next. Washington Wizards 2-6, Boston Celtics 6-3.
The thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
Kevin Durant with the rock. out.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Kevin Durant.
Harden into the front court. Looking to make something happen. DeMarcus Cousins. He's now 4 for 6.
NBA Season 8
Did you see
2021
that? Eyes
matchups
to the
coming
rim,
up
and the
next.
rest
New
was all
York
net.
Knicks 6-2,
Durant with
Dallas
the
Mavericks
basketball on top.
5-3.
The deficit is 6. Great feed, sets it up. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
And the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
To Wall. It's Harden. That's rebounded by Brooklyn. Into the front court, it's Irving. His guys trail now by 4. Durant against Gordon. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. Gordon with it. He'll run the offense. Harden buries it on the catch and shoot. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
And ISO basketball is becoming a thing of the past. Team basketball is back. And if you have that personnel with the versatility plus the mindset, game over.
Cousins to Wall. To P.J. Tucker. 24-second violation. From the painted area, won't go down. Gordon with it. Up 5. To Wall. Nothing going here on that drive. Wall. And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Harden in possession. Leads 3. Here comes the screen. To Harden. They work it down to Cousins. DeAndre Jordan swats it. 4th this contest. Kevin Durant has it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
To Wall.
Right.
Gordon against KD. Nothing going here on that drive. DeAndre Jordan with a piece. Ooh, 5 now.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Tucker. And the finish on the nice step through. What do you see in John Wall's game, Jay, that sets him apart?
That he could probably finish with his left hand better than he could finish with his right. I remember watching him in high school. He was jumping off his right foot and dunking the ball lefty as if it was that easy. He can do it with both hands, which makes him way more efficient around the rim.
To Dinwiddie. 4-3. It's good for 3.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just got to let them play, ref.
John Wall. He's got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. He connects on the first free throw.
Brooklyn.
Goes 2 for 2. Brooklyn's got it. Durant, defended by Tyson Chandler. P.J. Tucker rejects it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Wall across the timeline. The lead is 2. Down to Chandler. Kevin Durant snatching it out of the air.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Dinwiddie against the 5-time All-Star. To Durant. Has a look. Knocks it down from mid-range.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Into the front court comes Wall. Our score all even in this third quarter. Missed it. How'd that not go down? Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Tyson Chandler at the line for 2 shots. Career mark of 64%. First one goes down.
Number 13, James Harden.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Nets have the basketball. Durant matched up with P.J. Tucker. Cashes in for 2.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Harden matched up with Durant. Fires the 3, and James Harden knocks it down from 3.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
Harden with it up top. His team up by 1. To Wall. The drive, right to the basket. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
KD with the rock. To Davis. And a nice finish at the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Durant. A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Durant to Dinwiddie. Tucker with the rebound. Wall into the front court. Leads 5. Stuffs it down with authority.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Durant. Message received. Well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Wall to Bamutek. Kevin Durant pins it. And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Durant. Cousins. To Harden. Rockets with 4 to shoot. Here's Wall for 2. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Kicks it around the perimeter. To Durant. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. And the rebound taken down by Houston. Harden in possession. Less than a minute
NBA
to go
Season 8
in this third quarter.
2021 matchups coming up next. Washington Wizards 2-6, Boston Celtics 6-3. NBA Season 8 2021 matchups coming up next. New York Knicks 6-2, Dallas Mavericks 5-3.
James Harden, couple of free throws on the way. A career 85% free throw shooter. Oops, he missed the first one. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Nets have it. Durant against Chandler. To Irving. Here comes the screen. Kyrie Irving, now 3 for 9. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion. And it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance. And in their mind, they do. But in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Kyrie across the timeline. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. From 18 feet at the buzzer. 3 quarters complete. The Rockets with the lead. Brooklyn basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ball game.
Irving to Durant. Beyond the arc for 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To Wall. Nothing going here on that drive. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Karis LeVert has got 2 shots coming. 71% for his career. First one, count it. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. That's out of bounds. Wall the last to touch. Irving to Durant. Going to launch beyond the arc. And he stays cold from deep as he misses another one. It's no good. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Wall. To Cousins. Off the assist.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Irving into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. Durant against Chandler. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
Number 13, James.
Screen coming.
Hey, watch the screen left.
NBA SES.
Irving. To Dinwiddie. Has a chance. Dinwiddie shot, no good. Harden with the basketball. His team up by 7. To Wall. Can't connect. Rebound comes down to Brooklyn. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. It's Rockets ball. Probing the defense. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. And the basket good at the rim.
Here's lesson number 1.
NBA Season 8 2021 matchups coming up next. Phoenix Suns 6-2, Detroit Pistons 1-7.
And he knocks it down, Jay.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Harden into the front court. Up 5.
Watch the screen.
To Bamute. Oh, pass stolen by the Nets.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Oh, he had him there for a second. Draws the contact. And Jordan will go to the line to shoot 2.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
DeAndre Jordan at the line for 2 shots. He's perfect from the line so far. First free throw is good.
Entering the game for Brooklyn, number 10, Michael Beasley.
And gets both to drop at the line. Rockets have the ball.
NBA Season 8 2021 matchups coming up next. Charlotte Hornets 3-5, New Orleans Pelicans 4-4.
Driving is Harden, but he can't get it to go down.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Oh, had him going there for a second. Knocked loose. Rockets have the steal. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
Curling inside. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in three-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a two-point shot relevant these days.
To Jordan. DeAndre Jordan, look out.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
It's James Harden once again. To P.J. Tucker.
NBA Season 8 2021 matchups coming up next. Utah Jazz 4-4, Milwaukee Bucks 5-3.
6 tonight. Irving with the basketball. The deficit now up to 5. To Jordan. Had a chance, but it's no good. Cousins to Harden. Drives, but a shot won't go down.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Houston takes over. To P.J. Tucker. Sizing up the defense. Harden. That's what you've come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter.
The difference is going to be the best player on the court. He's a guy that you have to trust in. He has to get the ball. And sometimes as a coach, you need to let go and let your best players do what they do.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Durant here against P.J. Tucker. Now to Jordan, down low. And the finish, slam dunk.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
The screen sets him up for 2.
Bread and butter. And there are few that can do it better off the screen.
It's Brooklyn's ball. Durant in a matchup with Boogie. To Irving. Drive from the baseline, but it won't go down.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Tucker, tough matchup against Durant. On the drive, it's hard, but a shot no good.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
The Nets now with 4 to shoot. Kyrie gets a look. Can't hit.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Able to convert inside.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Here's Irving into the front court. His guys down by 9. Durant down low to Jordan. Throws it down. Jay, I'm surprised he had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
To Harden. Oh, he had him there for a second. To P.J. Tucker. Down low, Boogie. Knocked loose. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
James Harden trying to cash in on a 3-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Harden hits the free throw. It's a 3-point play. The Rockets extend their lead. Brooklyn with the basketball. Durant defended by Cousins. To Beasley. Irving to Durant. Trying to cash in. Shot by Durant won't go down. To Cousins. And a flash. Scores at the rim.
It just seems like one of 3 things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a 3. Pick your poison.
To Irving. Beasley to Irving. Brooklyn with 4 to shoot. Durant. At long last, he missed his first 5 attempts from beyond the arc, but he gets that one to go.
Welcome to psychological warfare, providing he's not taking bad shots. But if I were the defense, I would let him keep shooting it. Make him think about it a little bit more.
Nothing going here on that drive. Harden. And Jordan able to secure the rebound. Into the front court, it's Irving. 9-point margin. Durant against Chandler. To Irving. A pass down low to Beasley. Michael Beasley with the slam.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Kyrie Irving.
Harden in possession. Lead stands at 7. To P.J. Tucker. Kevin Durant with the rock. Knocks it down from mid-range.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2 guard. Scary.
1 minute remaining in the 4th quarter.
Tucker matched up with Durant. To Harden. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Here's a chance from long range. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Kyrie Irving, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 87% from the line. And hits the first free throw.
Subbing in for Houston, number 15, Luke Mahote.
Two for two on that trip. Ruling is there was intent. It's an intentional foul.
This is why teammates love him. Yeah, that was an aggressive play, but you're also sending a message, setting the tone. You can't half-step on that.
Here's a whistle and an intentional foul. Two free throws coming up with 25 seconds remaining.
Some players are built to handle these moments. On one end, you just sparked your team, and at the same time, you also got under your opponent's skin. Just want to manage through the emotions here and not take it too far.
Able to convert on both free throws. Now the Nets going to take a timeout. It's just their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with one more.
We've added more items to our team shops, including the fan favorite throwback jerseys. Get one for yourself before they're all gone.
Durant takes on Eric Gordon. To Irving. Durant. To Irving. The shot almost. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they get a good win on the road. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets did what great teams do best: finish. The statistic that seems to stand out in 3D is their assists. So many of their points were made possible by their team chemistry, and it was great to see. Check out the leading scores for the Houston Rockets. It wasn't a great performance by these guys, and unfortunately, we have video evidence. Viewer discretion advised. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Brooklyn Nets.
Game track. Field goals.
From an offensive standpoint, this was a quality game. The same can't be said for the defense, but still, it turned out to be an entertaining matchup.
Player of the game.
John Wall gets rewarded for the way he provided his teammates with plenty of easy baskets. His assist total is certainly indicative of his clever playmaking.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? except that he fished the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Check out the upcoming games for the Brooklyn Nets. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.